how much of a miss is NUNEZ going to be for the high-flying Canaries? We're reviewing Norwich 1, Stoke 1 with Matty and Oliver, and we're also asking the big question, who is the nastiest player to ever pull on a yellow shirt in, of course, respect of Halloween? Who have you sat in the stands and thanked God that they were on your side? We'll get Matty and Oliver's view on that in a second and ask you to put your comments below. All right, then, you were both at the Bet365. Oliver, let's start with you, shall we? What's your view of that particular game?
Personally, I thought the point isn't the worst result, to be fair. Look, just come back from international break. NUNEZ injured in the first half, which of course is a big blow. But look, coming against a side who the coach know us, and take the point and just move forward now.
Matty, you don't seem to do very well after international breaks, Norwich. Any points? Why is that?
I'm not sure. I'm hesitant to make excuses for players coming back and being away and stuff. There was a few lads that we have international players. I know Cordoba travelled to Panama, didn't play but travelled to see family, and you have got players that are away. And then I don't know, is the level of intensity of training the same when certain players aren't there, or do they get a day off? It's difficult, isn't it? But you're right. We struggled off the back of international breaks, and kind of feel like it maybe came at the wrong time because we were putting together some real momentum and we had a couple of really good results. Still unbeaten in a fair few, which is good, but I thought yesterday was very winnable, really.
There's a couple of tweets I want to share with you, but first of all, let's celebrate the positive. So Sargent, I think his 4th assist of the season already. I mean, I'm not sure whether he meant this one. What's your view of it, Matty?
It just hits him, doesn't it? I'm not too sure how he's got the assist, to be honest, but
no.
It has to go to someone, I guess. Does it have to go to someone? I mean, someone scores a penalty, no one gets an assist, either. So I don't know. It's a peculiar one, but it's another one for him. He's pivotal. A few people. I was on Radio Norfolk last night after the game, and a few people were a bit critical of Sargent, saying he was a bit quiet, and he maybe was, but I think people, even if he's not scoring or assisting, which somehow he did this time, he brings so much to the team in his pressing. And all right, he might have only had a 6 or 7 out of 10 yesterday, but I just think he's one of our best, most consistent, hard-working players, and for him to be getting goals and assists proves it, really.
Oliver, we've talked about Cernak on this channel a couple of times. You've been very patient yourself in your view of him. I'm guessing you were over the moon for him to get his first goal. He lashed that in as well, didn't he?
Yeah, no, I was really happy to see him score. I felt like he needed that just to sort of kickstart his time here. He was well taken as well, to be fair. Nice and powerful, nice and confident. So I look forward to seeing more of him now, to be fair.
Okay. Who's at fault for the Stoke goal, you two?
Maybe long. It'd be harsh.
You know that's where I was hoping you would say. Go on.
I've got to hold my hands up. I was saying, let's go and get a drink. It was a 40-second minute. I was like, let's go and get a pint. Waited. Obviously, thankfully, saw the goal. Brilliant finish. Then I was like, right. So 5 minutes of being added on. I thought I'll go for a pint. So I went downstairs, heard another roar, missed the goal. I've seen it back though, and I think it's a good strike, but I think Angus Gunn saves it. I don't want to be too critical of George Long because he was okay in the game he played there, or the half that he played before the international break, and he was okay yesterday. But I do still think Gunn saved that.
You won't be surprised that that's what some of the tweets were talking about. So dull. Long is not the right replacement for Gunn. Looks like we were playing our last game. And we're not going up. Just no energy. Compare this to the Watford game. It's odd. Hanley, still pointless bench warmer. Get rid of him. Unpack that if you can, Oliver.
I mean, it's just lots of waffle, in my opinion. It's too early to tell if we're going up or not. It's too harsh. You can't just base it off one game after an international break. I think the only valid point was Long not being best replacement for Gunn. Look, he's solid. Like he's not the worst keeper I've ever seen. He's not the best, but he does the job and he's there when we need him. So look, he's not going to play every day because Gunn is obviously our number one. But when he comes in, you have to back him.
Part of the goalkeepers a bit there, wasn't it? Because the Stoke goalkeeper, who obviously bought from Rotherham, is a quality player. And do you think actually he was the difference before you actually taking the more comfortable lead, Matty? The Stoke fans' view was exactly that.
For sure, he was superb. There's a couple of brilliant saves in the first half. There was one, was it NUNEZ or Sainz, who had quite close. He made a really good save. Yeah, he was fantastic, to be fair. We probably should have been ahead before we were in the first half. And yeah, it's easy to say on another day we score 3 or whatever, but I genuinely think that, yeah, he's had a very good game. And on another day we maybe score 2 in the first half. So yeah, fair play. It was probably man of the match for me yesterday, their keeper.
Okay. Interesting week for Norwich then coming up if we leave the Stoke game behind then. So away at Preston on a cold Tuesday night. That's a fair journey. Any of you going to that one?
No, I can't, unfortunately.
No, not really.
Well, if you're travelling as a Norwich fan to Preston, credit to you on a Tuesday night. That is a heck of a journey. And then next Sunday we get to watch Norwich on TV. I think that Sky have finally chosen a good game for a Sunday. We've had some stinkers, including the one today, Hull and Sunderland, and Bristol City, Cardiff, and Bristol City, Swansea. So I think they've chosen an interesting one against the Borough. How do you see this one going, Ollie, though?
If I'm being honest, I don't really know what Middlesbrough are like anymore, to be fair. But look, I fancy our chances. Is Howson still playing for them? Maybe get back at him after what he did against us last season. But yeah, no, I'm positive that we'll get the 3 points, to be fair.
They like to have a lot of the ball, Matty. They're a possession-based side who come at you. I mean, they can't score for toffee, with Latte Lath, and Latte Lath is not scoring at all. But how's that going to suit Norwich? Because you like to play against these sort of sides that will come at you, even though you're the home side.
Yeah, I'd prefer that to. I mean, as you know, I'm from the northeast and currently in the northeastern Teesside at the moment recording this. I absolutely hate these games. I hate whenever we play Borough. All my mates are Borough fans, and it's just an awful. I'm going next week, and it's my cup final, really, to be honest. Sorry, to answer your question about style of play, though, I actually would rather, I think, play against a team who are. I think we've probably got more quality than them. I think we've got a better coach. I know Carrick's might be a bold statement to make because Carrick kind of proved it now for a couple of seasons. He's a very, very good coach and he plays good football. But I think we should have enough about us, and I would rather play a team who are going to come at you and play because that leaves a bit more space behind. And we've looked lethal on the break. Sainz and Sargent linking up, and Cernak's pace and physicality on the break. I think it'll be a really good game, like you say, Mark. It could be quite open. It could be fireworks, couldn't it? It could be really, really entertaining.
Let's hope so. Anyway, for the neutral, we really need it. The Championship adverts on TV have not been great so far this season on Sundays. Let's serve up a simple good one, please, Norwich, if that's okay. All right, then, Halloween then is right on the corner, so we're asking you for the scariest Norwich City player that's ever pulled on a yellow shirt. Drop yours in the comments below. I can think of a few from an Everton fan point of view. We've watched a few dirty tackles going in. Oliver, who's the one that might stick in your mind that you're glad is on your side?
I mean, current player.
You can have current or former.
Former. If I was to choose a current, I'll go probably Shane Duffy. Like he's just big, and then former. Bradley Johnson, maybe. I don't know. I'll go Johnson, I think. Yeah.
Okay. Matty, you must have seen a few.
Yeah, I'm thinking. I was trying to when you mentioned this, I was thinking I'll go with players that sort of in my lifetime. Bellamy was just about there when I was a young nipper. Bellamy was a nasty piece of work when he wanted to be. Andy Johnson, Danny Mills plays for Norwich. He was one of them. So yeah, I'd probably go along with Duffy in the existing team. He likes to tell you what, Callum Fisher, though, I know it's Callum Fisher behind you. He loves a tackle. He's not necessarily dirty, but honestly, this season I've seen him flying into tackles. But I wouldn't say he was nasty. I just think he's got the right level of aggression. But right. Any of them three for me, those 12 ones.
All right, brilliant. Can you beat any of that? Drop it into the comments below. So I've always watched Todd Cantwell when he used to play for you. He wasn't as much dirty, but he was a fouling, annoying little.
You know what? You mentioned a winger, and Darren Huckabee was very similar. I think when we got him, he was at one point in the Premier League, he was the most foul player, or not just winger, most foul player, but also the player who committed the most fouls. Maybe it's a wingers thing or a forwards thing where they just
possibly, yeah,
a forwards tackle.
Yeah. All right. Thank you very much, you two. We'll catch you on the other side of the Middlesbrough game. It's a Sunday game, so our recording for this will be 24 hours a little bit later. So we'll be out on a Tuesday rather than a Monday next week. But you can still download it on Spotify or on Apple Music or whenever you download your podcasts on. Thank you very much for joining us. And yeah, we'll see you in 7 days' time. Have a great week, everyone. Enjoy the football.